I'm gonna tell you a story, but the first thing you gotta understand is time does not work the way you think it does. Call me Oracle because I'm the one who's talking to you. Welcome to the cart, and welcome once again to Booty Tickled in the Trail. And we are now into Booty Tickled, and Archangel Michael gets handed a victory cookie. So here's the thing. This may look familiar to you. This is the image of Archangel Michael that Archangel Michael used to attack me, that I subsequently defaced because he used it to attack me. So, please note something very important about this, and that's, boom, Lucifer right there. Note he's standing on Lucifer's head. Standing on Lucifer's head. Standing on the head of what used to be the first angel. Now that's the thing. Interesting thing about Demon the Fallen. If you read it the right way, there's very specific, interesting things that you can find out. For example, Michael, formerly cherub of the unerring beam. Oh, unerring. Oh, no wonder he thinks he can't be wrong. He used to be a cherub of the unerring beam. He used to actually be unable to screw up. Ugh. And then became Michael, Seraph the Flaming Sword, and Voice of God. Converting tidings of the Maker and all tidings of his anger and dread retribution. And, so basically, in Demon the Fallen, there are a couple of passages I'm going to read. The Age of Wrath. From the Age of Wrath, he shows up, Michael shows up, formerly a cherub, gets promoted to Seraph. Interesting thing in, not World of Darkness, but Chronicles of Darkness, for the Prakamana or Stormwise, Obremist, Path of Magic. Now, they're the ones that deal with the Aether, with angels specifically, as opposed to like the necromancers or the warlocks or like the shamans or the enchanters who deal with like deadlands, like pandemonium, spirit nether, fey labyrinth. There's the ether at top, and so like I forget all the things that can be summoned. I know, like, imps can be summoned by the Paisa Kasaba Pandemonium group. Atavisms and primal spirits are things that, you know, shaman summon. Ghosts down there by the necromancers. I think actually you're able to summon things like actual aspects of Triveni in terms of the fates. Like actual aspects of the fates as an enchanter, which is pretty baller. But the thing about the Stormwise, which is interesting actually, because there's like a Del being Stormwise, while it's more like actually the Celestial Chorus in many respects, in terms of like how like the World of Darkness relates to Chronicles of Darkness. It's also, interestingly enough, the best way I can figure druids are, which is interesting because druids and angels had a connection in a fun little anime called Seven Deadly Sins. It was just a thing. Now, when during the Age of Wrath, there's this whole thing about Michael going to Lucifer and the demons and all of the humans basically at once, and said, "You have sinned against your master, and his wrath is great, but greater still is his boundless mercy. Obey his final command, turn aside from this selfishness, and you may yet stay his punishing hand." Now, here's the thing. I have come to know Michael sucks. He just sucks. So I feel like Michael just straight up changed what this offer was. And it was, to you, rebel, and all your ilk, it is simple. Return to the highest of heaven's spheres, where the punishing angels may strip you sinners down into nothing, unshaping your forms, silencing your names, and sending you to the black annihilation that is your due. That isn't mercy. It's just not. It's literally just not. It's just not. And the fact that he sneered when he said it, that's just like typical of this one right here. I think that little idiot doesn't know how to do anything other than sneer. So there was that. And then, now this is where I get to Archangel Michael gets handed a victory cookie. The first blow. On one level, the rebel Matacel flung her scythe through the air, giving the unarmed Lucifer a weapon. Its power was nothing near that of Michael's burning brand. The scythe of a lowly angel of the lowest house. It existed in 2 worlds, 3 the most, while Michael's weapon was a sword and a song and a carbonizing catalytic reaction. It was real on 1,000 levels. A tool and a guiding principle and a fundamental element of mathematics, not just a simple weapon. And then, the victory still Lucifer's. Not that Michael was harmed in any fashion, because Lucifer actually didn't want to hurt Michael. Although Michael really wanted to hurt Lucifer, I'm sure of it. No, it simply became clear that Lucifer could, if he chose, harm Michael before Michael harmed him. Which probably galled Michael so badly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the case, Michael. So check out what a little punk-ass bee Michael turns out to be. Just got promoted to Seraph. Gets sent out as an arrogant little S-head. To go, like, confront Lucifer and all the humans. And probably the entire time he's thinking, I want to annihilate all of those human souls. I'll feel so powerful. It'll be so good. And I have this 1,000 level weapon. I just want to catalyze all their souls and annihilate them. It'd be so much fun. I just need to get them away from Lucifer. And then with his mighty 1,000 level firebrand, which is like literally the most powerful thing ever. It's like literally the most powerful thing ever. Like the Svarga Zastra, the heaven weapon. Like, cause that's literally what it was. It's like the heaven weapon. Point of fact, it was Lucifer's old sword. That's the thing, is like, he got handed Lucifer's old sword, and Lucifer was just like, alright, I have a 2 to 3 level death scythe. It's like 2.5. Sometimes it can push to 3, but most of the times it's 2. It's just 2 most of the time. Strictly speaking, it's 2.5. That can push it to 3. And Mako's like, I have 1,000 level weapon. I will own you. You will be a silver platter victory for me. This will be so easy. And then Michael gets punked by Lucifer using a weapon that when Michael has Lucifer's old weapon, that's somewhere between 300 to 500 times more powerful than the Reaper scythe he got handed. Isn't that hilarious? Like, that's straight up hilarious. Come on, Michael. Don't you find it hilarious? I'm pretty convinced because, like, honestly, mostly because of dealing with Michael, that during the War of the Fall, more or less, like, Devata the deity and Popmon Lucifer before he became actually the Popmon, when he was actually strictly speaking still Devodasa, because he was still strictly speaking Heaven Slave, because that's actually strictly speaking kind of sort of how all angels are supposed to be, on one level or another, because they're all, strictly speaking, kind of sort of emanations of Lucifer. That's just kind of how they worked, because that's how they started. Now, did that stay that way? No. Things changed during the war, especially. Because a lot of angels had their names wiped away and like their graces sundered and bad stuff happened to them. And so then so basically where was I going with this? So basically, near as I can figure, because the story had to play out a certain way, and Lucifer basically just wasn't allowed to be the good guy, even though it's interesting. In this book, they point out that, at least from the perspective as it's written in that game, the angels literally had their pathway, well, like the angels that became demons literally had their pathway to their own, to hell, that became like where they lived, by their own good intentions with humanity that basically bit them in their not knowing how to like basically do it properly. And so basically, when Lucifer went and fell, he just can't be the good guy. He's just not allowed. It's just like, it's not okay. It would be an improper precedent. So basically, because he's not stupid, but this one's a moron. Basically, this guy basically, because more or less, Lucifer almost certainly never had a problem like communicating with Devata. Like, and if he did, it was mostly because other stuff got in the way. And so basically, Lucifer and Devata basically had a conversation, and he was like, "All right, I'm going to send Michael. Just put on a good show. Let Michael win, but let him make him feel like he earned it." And that, unfortunately, I feel like he didn't need to be made to feel like he earned it. He already felt like he earned it before he went into battle. Like, he already felt like he'd earned winning before fighting. How am I in my conjecture about how you felt, Michael? Did you feel like you deserved to win before you even started? Michael. Against Lucifer. Yes, against Lucifer. Yes. Okay, so you phrased it as a question, Michael. Did you mean it as a statement? Because I felt like you meant it as a statement. I mean, yes. Of of course. What about another bit about just like really, really wanting to annihilate the souls of all the humans just because they like you would have felt powerful? And you feel like you deserve it. Of course I deserve it. Of course you deserve, as an archangel, to annihilate human souls? Really? Because during that description, annihilating the human souls wasn't on the table. It was annihilating the rebel angels, not the humans at all. So why did you feel like, you deserve to annihilate all the humans back during, like, before the war really heated up? Michael. Oh, look. Like a deer caught in headlights. So, Michael, you already admitted that you just felt like you deserved to win against Lucifer just because. Is that the same reason why you felt like you deserved to annihilate all the human souls, Michael? Because you're so much better than them? So here's the thing, Michael. The word Garba literally means arrogance, specifically in terms of an angel that would seek to rule over human souls as something greater than Devata. When Devata sends Michael with a message to Lucifer saying, rebels, you'll be annihilated in terms of your Kirpa grace, and the humans just come back, that doesn't mean Devata says it's anything but not okay. I mean, that doesn't mean anything other than Devata says it's not okay to annihilate the human souls. So Devata didn't send you out and tell you, go ahead and annihilate all those human souls. Did that piss you off? Did you wonder how Devata could be so arrogant with you to tell you to not just, annihilate all those human souls? You want to say how dare you, don't you? I'll take that as a hard yes. Alright, so getting to a little bit long, so I'm going to wrap this up for now. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe.